All right. Damn. Oh, peg legs got to get in this chair. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go.
You should tell him the funny thing that happened to you after you tell him the date.
Today is January
24th,
2020, and we are here for another 5K tennis discussion. And yeah, I had the strangest thing happen to me.
Yesterday.
Yeah, this was yesterday. We were at a grocery store, and I blew out my patellar tendon on my right leg. I won't get into that. I had a significant knee injury, thanks to Carla. But I'm about 3 months out, and I had like a compression sleeve over my leg, and I had shorts on. So, I had like one bare white leg, and then one,
looks like pantyhose.
Yeah, you get it. A compression.
You've seen tennis players with it. They have the white, the black ones, the pink ones.
Yeah, so I'm just rolling out the store with my cart, going out to, whoops. So I'm just going out to the car, and someone's like, "Sir," and I'm oblivious to "sir." That's not really kind of like in my lingo. I mean, it is, but, I just don't respond to "sir" terribly often. And I heard "sir," and I'm like, okay, still rolling out in the parking lot with the baby, and, well, not baby, he's 4 now, and Carla. And then I'm like, "Sir," and I'm like, "Geez, what's up with this, sir?" So I turn around, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, she's talking to me." So I'm like, "Yeah, okay, how may I help you?" She says, and there's strange things we get asked by random people in life, but this one was like, what? So she says, "Sir," I'm like, "Yes." I'm thinking she's like, "Can I help her to her car or something?" She shouts out across the parking lot, Is that an artificial leg you got? No, she said.
Is that an artificial limb?
She said, "You got an artificial limb?" I'm like, damn, is my leg that bad? So I had to think to myself,
Never heard someone ask that.
Is that synonymous with me going up to some girl and being like, "Is that a boob job you got?" I mean,
are those your real teeth?
Are those your real teeth?
Real hair? Is that a real tan?
You must have had plastic surgery.
Is that your real hair?
That's your real hair color. So no, it was just weird because again, I kind of blew out my knee, and lo and behold, last night when we got home, we were watching the Coco Gauff and Osaka match. Mm-hmm. I found 2 pictures. Do you have the pictures right there on your phone? Mm-hmm. So just real quickly, Coco Gauff made it look better, but when I blew out my knee, I was playing Carla in a match, and it was match point against me. She shot a lob up over my head, and this is basically what happened. She'll show you the first picture, and then the second picture. The second picture is when my leg buckled. The first picture is going up for it. Coco Gauff just pulled it off. So that's probably going up for it. Right? Mm-hmm. And then this is when my knee snapped. Boom.
Except she lands on her left. He landed, almost.
Yeah, same thing, opposite leg. Anyway, neither here nor there, but I thought it was quite not. I mean, kind of like a reality check that I'm still limping on my leg when someone just posts up out of nowhere. It's like, "Yo, is that your real leg?
Is that your artificial limb?"
Like, what? I'll never forget that. I'm going to get a shirt that says, "You got an artificial limb, ? But what would that matter anyway? Ready to go. Just never been asked if I had a peg or artificial leg before. All right.
This was a tough day for the seeds, huh?
We had people dropping like flies last night.
Wayne Chia said, if Fed would have lost, this would have been the D-Day. It would have repeated itself.
Millman should have had that match. Again, I was with Hitchhiker. Hitchhiker was...
Go Federer! Woo!
Yeah.
Not just my
guys. No, Hitchhiker...
I was happy you won.
No, Hitchhiker this morning sent us a message, and it was like 7 a.m. our time.
I was watching
and Hitchhiker was like, "I'm crying right now." And I was like, "Let's go."
Well, he says, every time I watch Federer, he makes my blood pressure go up.
I used to let Rogers matches increase my blood pressure rate and frustration rate and the ability to let it destroy my day, week, or month back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to get really unnerved.
He was sleeping. I got up and Wayne Chia is like, "While you were sleeping, this, and happened," and we record the matches so we can watch them again. And I put it at, I'm watching the second set, Federer playing, and I'm like going this. Because he's sleeping and I don't want to wake him up, and my 2 boys go to school, they're getting ready. I'm like, what the? Like trying,
Yeah.
I get what Hitchhiker. I'm like trying to slap him across, the TV. I could see his wife. She's like, you can see her reaction. It's just tough to watch.
The heartbreak of Federer's matches used to just kill me. It did. I mean, it would just destroy my whole being for a little while. But I think the days of being on edge with Federer's matches for me have just abated a bit. We'll get into the Federer match and we'll talk about why, my feelings in Federer matches.
And I even wrote a thing when I woke up. I wrote a thing how I was feeling as I'm watching this match.
Yeah, she put in work today.
I was writing. I'm like...
Yeah, usually we write for a couple hours in the morning and kind of do our own things. I had physical therapy, and then we got a secondary racket stringing machine for dirt cheap, and I'm really excited about that. So I think Carlos kind of run the gauntlet today, and I look forward to this for that reason. Real quickly to the Federer match. Well, let's not start there. Let's wait on the Federer match.
Okay.
Let's just transition it how it unfolded, I guess. By the way, we were talking about strange things we hear from random people. You know, hey, is that your real leg? You know what I mean? So I wanted to mention something strange we hear at times during tennis matches that don't have referees or umpires or lines. Judges or linesmen or women. Mm-hmm. Okay, you ever go to?
I know the most famous one.
You ever go to a junior tennis match or any tennis match again that does not have the linesman to call lines or chair umpire, etc. And there's a lot of those. There's tens of thousands every day, right? Mm-hmm. Someone hits the shot, boom. The other player, is coming to them, out. Call the ball out. Stick the finger up, out. And then the person that hit it's like, you sure?
Are you sure?
You sure? You sure that was out? I mean, what are they supposed to do? Be like, you know what? You're right.
Actually, my son did that one time, the middle one.
Well, maybe
I was trying to.
I'm not so sure.
And I'm trying to tell him, what are you doing?
What the hell? Of course you're sure. It's out. What are you calling me?
He's like, okay, let's replay.
Are those your real eyes? Are those your real eyes?
No, I hear this all the time. I think I had one of my kids ask me, are you sure that was out? I was like, nah.
Nah, I'm not sure.
I'm sure.
It's out. It's out. What are you going to do about it? Let's go. Come on. If someone called me out for calling the pot a kettle black the other day because I hate grunting. But
you were grunting.
But I grunt on the show all the time. Let's go.
No, she said, I think it's that she watched you on your Whitetext videos, when we do the string reviews. And she said you grunted during those shots.
I grunted?
So I got to go back and look at them, and she said, I did not, which I know I don't. I have to be super tired to do it.
Hey, all I know is I just lost my train of thought because
you got caught.
A dog just walked across Did you see the dog?
Yeah, I did see the dog.
Oh, man, that was kind of odd. I was thinking in just totally space because a white dog just walked across my porch, and we're like 16 feet off the ground. All right. Was that real? Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know if there's a dog out there, but there was a dog. You saw the dog?
Yes, okay, enough about
the dog. All right, so anyway, starting with last night with the Ashleigh Barty match. She looked solid. Watch out for Barty.
I didn't even write much about it because, geez, Rybakina, someone asked me, what do I think of Rybakina? And I said, not much. She mentioned that, or he or she, I think it was Lena, mentioned that there's a lot of hype about her, that she can hit the ball fast and stuff, and Barty just handled her.
I think the message relayed some statistics.
Oh, it was Izzy,
about speed of shots.
Yeah, fastest ground stroke in women's tennis.
Yeah, fastest ground stroke.
I didn't see that.
My response to fastest.
I didn't see that.
Not from Izzy's response, but my response to whoever was.
No, she's not saying she's.
Yeah,
saying
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I get that. I love the statistics. Thank you, Izzy, for that. What I'm getting at is who gives up Wugis? Who gives up? You get what the S is. Who gives up bleep? Who cares about how hard the shots are? It's can you win or lose the match? Can you add variety? Can you decrease speed? Can you increase speed? Can you put the shot through the intended window? Can you open the court up and put it through the intended path? Or are you going to push it through there and let the opponent come and get a racket on it? I don't care less how fast someone's ground strokes are, i.e. Sabalenka. She's got some of the most guided heat-seeking missiles on the planet, but she can't land them in the court.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I get the statistic. That's great, but could care less about it, honestly. So with Rybakina, she was handled, and just watch out for Barty.
I said she was not going to make it past the first week, but everything's opened up for her. I mean, her next opponent is Alison Risk, who took out Gorgeous.
That could be.
And she was down 1-6 in the first set, and then came back and won it. She fought through a match. So.
That could be a 3-setter. The wrist match.
Wrist will be good. A lot of grunting, so get ready with the. If you got earplugs, put them in.
Wrist can fight. Wrist can fight.
Put the earplugs in because it's going to be a high pitch match.
All right. Second note that I wrote here from last night is I was watching Sasha Zverev have a press conference in a way, and I don't want to exaggerate here, so I'm going to do my best to recreate the question asked by the reporter or journalist and the response from Zverev. Carlo was there, and a lot of you may have seen this. So the reporter was basically asking, when can some of you younger guys start winning more majors or winning majors and Masters 1000, something along those lines. Okay, there's room for but it's right on. Okay, his response is, well, I started winning them. We're talking about me. Was there a Toby Keith song? He always wants to talk about me. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so he starts talking about, well, I started winning them first, and since I kind of started winning them, then everyone else has started winning more. And I think because
what he was saying,
because of I started winning, I think now we'll start winning more. But now do you want to clarify? You were watching it.
I think you got that.
Okay, tell me how you saw it.
Basically the question was, well, do you think that you young guys are gonna be able to beat the top three? And he said, well, we saw Medvedev break through. He made a final at the U.S. Open. Yeah. So we all kind of follow each other. But he's like, I was one of the first ones to win a Master.
I was the first one.
I was the first one to win a Master tournament, and then sort of everybody else followed. So that's what we're doing. We're following each other. Medvedev made a final. Tsitsipas made a semifinal. He said, then he wins a Masters. So we're all kind of. He's like trying to work, pump each other up. We're trying to follow each other's footsteps. I think that we can beat the top three.
Here's my problem with the comment. I'm sorry, and you can hate me for this. It doesn't matter because I feel strongly about people that want to talk about I'm sorry, and I just said but I guess in a different context. The kid basically, in my opinion, how I read it and how I train my boys to be is if you win a tennis match, or if you win a competition at school, or if you win whatever the heck it is that you win, and you have an opportunity to speak and thank people for being there, if you start talking about I'm gonna get mad. I don't want to hear about I want you to be thankful to be there and thank everyone that helped you along the way. Period, plain and simple. Now, I think he alluded to that, but when he busted when I won a couple, then everybody started following me. The bird's out. I mean, I'm just saying. I think it's lack of being a disciplined man.
I disagree with you.
You tell me when you watch Roger Federer win a tennis match or win a Grand Slam. Do you think Roger Federer's like, well, I'm the best guy in the camp, and everybody followed me afterwards, and I even though Nadal and Djokovic followed him, have you ever heard Djokovic bust out in a press conference talking about, if it wasn't for me getting to 20, then these bozos never would have been here in the first place. Okay. If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be there.
Here's the difference between our generation and the generation before us and the generation from now. Jeez. They don't think before they talk. They really don't. They shoot from the hip a lot. They really don't think. And so I don't think he meant it in a malicious way. He just didn't know how to express himself.
Back in the days...
He didn't know how to express himself, so you got to give him a pass on that.
Back in the days in the Wild West, they used to have gunfights. Say 10 paces. Hey, one of us is going to die here. 10 paces, we walk back and we turn around 10 and bang, away we go. Well, geez, if someone's going to die anyway, he walks back 3 paces, someone turns around and says, boom, blasts him on 3, homeboy's still walking in the other direction. I was going to lose anyway, so all I'm getting at, I don't really know what I was getting at there.
I don't know either. Right?
But I do know that it's not about in tennis. Do you know what I'm saying?
Again, I don't think he didn't know how to express himself, how to explain it. I think what he was trying to say is, we're all trying to pump each other up. So maybe he's trying to say we all watch our accomplishments and we want to, I don't know.
Well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can say I thought what he meant to say. However, what he said was, Well,
Obviously, he doesn't like Zverev.
all these other guys, they started winning these tournaments when I
That's
won.
not how he talks.
When I won my first two.
You don't do that one. That one.
Whatever.
Stick to the road ring.
Come on, just say, man. We're all a younger generation. These three guys, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, are really extremely good. It takes a lot to win, and we are trying better every day to get better. And us as a crew, we try to roll deep and get stuff done. And that's it. Just roll out. Oh, well, then everybody else followed. Shut up. Anyway. All right. Next topic.
Well, I wrote the show.
Well, I wrote this and, whatever. Baller. Go cry on Federer's shoulder and on another travel exhibition deal. Go wine together. All right, here we go. I like Federer. That's why I got my shirt on my hat. So you can't call me. I'm hating on Federer. He did look 38 and a little sluggish.
Yes, well, I mean, he's 38.
All right, so I had a deep thought this morning on the way to physical therapy, and this is what it is. I wonder if there's any correlation between who wins the very first point of a tennis match and who wins the match historically. So we go out, hey, do you want heads or tails, up or down, M or W, P or D, left or right, whatever your butt cap indicates, and you go serve or I go serve. That being taken out of it. I don't care if you're serving or receiving serve. Whoever wins the first point in the match, serving or receiving, does that historically have a percentage of being higher or lower than winning or losing? Mm-hmm. So theoretically, if we could find a stat of every tennis match recorded in the recent past, let's say the last couple of years, who won the first point of every match, and put a percentage, hey, the person that won the first match won 86% of the matches, and the one who didn't, lost whatever. Then we could have a real true way of actually making serious jack betting on tennis. Right? I wouldn't do that, but I'm thinking. I mean, I'm just saying, is there any correlation between who wins the first point and who wins the tennis match? Is it 50-50? I don't know, but there's got to be a way to find out.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I did when we were watching the matches last night.
Maybe people will get so tired of being any length involved in tennis.
They'll just watch the first point.
They just watch the first point. It's over.
Now I know that when this person wins the first point, that's it.
It's done.
You don't need to watch a match.
We lost the tiebreakers in the fifth set, right? So we lost the tiebreakers in the fifth set. Or
maybe the person that wins the first point wins that set.
It's over.
First set.
We'll play the best 3 out of 5 points because it would have happened anyway.
Exactly.
Told you.
We just proved it.
We proved it.
Now I'm going to start watching matches like
first point. It's
over. I
over.
Think of it. I'm going to watch who won the first point and who won the last point in that first set.
Next topic. Best 3 out of 5 points. Yeah. Just think about that.
Yeah.
I like that stat. Mm-hmm. Next thing that I have written down is Wang, as we said the other day on the show, that would give Serena Williams her first athletic test.
Yes.
That she did.
And
that she was able to do throughout and never got cold feet.
Yeah, she got cold feet. She should have won in 2 sets. She got cold feet.
Oh, well, she was up like 5-2 or 5-3 in the second.
She got cold feet. She should have won in 2. That's the reality.
Quickly. This is just, I'm a dumb human being and I know squat about nothing. Really nothing about anything. Reiterate that. However, there has been some times in my life, I grew up military. My father was military, and we kind of grew up everywhere. So a lot of times we would end up in museums, or with other pilots that were from different nationalities. Anyway, also too, my older sister, 4 years older, did training with Michael Chang and the Chang family at San Diego Tennis Club, and it's neat. It's Chinese background culture. I was too young to really remember that, honestly. However, the Chinese culture and the Japanese culture and many other cultures, surely, they are a beautiful culture. They are a beautiful people. They're very hardworking. But I will tell you one thing. They will fight to the death. They will.
You got the samurais, right? They will fight to the death.
I get that we all will. We all as soldiers in life, we will all fight to the death if given the right passion, I guess you could say, unless we give way to greed. What's the fish song? Compassion gives way if you listen to greed. Anyway,
I don't know.
however, the Japanese and Chinese people, from what I have understood from museums, from wars that we don't want to talk about, to the people within and the men, women, and children that along the way and their culture, it's a really dynamic culture, and they will a fight to the bitter end and do it for really. I mean, for anything, their country, their pride, their sport, it's a beautiful thing to see. So for Wang to get in there and to hang with Serena, I know there had to be a whole lot of cultural pride there because she fought like a soldier in the trenches.
Yes, she did.
And she pulled it out.
Yeah, I mean, normally when Serena wins, I mean, the first set was 6-4, so it was a tight set. And then the second set, Serena wins 7-6. Really, I mean, the Wang should have won that set.
Yeah.
She had chances. She led her. You could tell she choked. She started hitting balls into the net, out. And usually when Serena wins the second set, she wins the third set pretty quickly, right?
Shoulda, coulda,
We
woulda.
usually see her opponents disappear completely. They kind of just, they go into this mental shock that they lost that second set and they should have won it and they can't get over it. Not Wang, though. She did not do that. She fought to the end, and I think Furzy, I saw Furzy 09 said the key to winning, and my dad called me this morning. The key to winning, beating Serena Williams, especially now, is to make her move. I don't think that Serena played bad. I really don't. I thought that she had, her serve was off.
She went for too much too soon.
She had to because she could not keep up with the balls coming back and forth.
So the moral,
she was trying to shorten up the points.
So the moral of the story is, though, with all these different variables intertwined. Okay, she was going for too much too soon. Well, why? Because she wanted to end the points quicker, right? Well, why?
And she was serving. She was going for her serve more than usual. Why? Because she wanted to end.
But why? All these questions. Why? Mm-hmm. Fitness. Fitness is the core.
Yeah.
The fitness is off, and it may always be off at this point.
She needs to. I'm sorry, and maybe a lot of you will get mad at me. In my opinion,
you don't, because we're
Serena
fans.
She has to shed at least 20 pounds. I'm sorry. She looks huge. She does not look like the Serena that used to win slams. No way you're gonna beat a fit player like that. Because why? You don't have confidence. When I'm right now, I'm not in shape. And I say that, but when I'm in shape and I'm on the tennis court and I know my feet are moving where they need to move, I'm getting to the points quick. My confidence builds up. Therefore, in my shots, I have confidence to hit whatever shot I want to hit. I watch her hit many forehands that she was doing the same thing as Wozniacki, rolling the ball instead of hitting it flat and putting it away. And as you know, Wang has legs. She can move. She's fast. She's fit. Of course, she's going to get to a ball that you're rolling to.
Not only was she flat on the feet, on the run she wasn't able to attack. On the run she was able to, like you said, roll it at times.
She rolled it many times.
Or go for too much too soon. Sprang, again, unguided missiles everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but again, on the run she was in danger from the get-go. Wang exploited that, and she fought to the bitter end, and she won.
I wanted to read her quote after the interview, but go ahead, Well, we saw she had 56 unforced errors. That's a lot.
Who?
Serena.
That's a lot.
43.
I think Roger Federer last night had something like 82.
At 38 years old, you got to play smarter tennis. I'm sure she was shocked that she lost to Wang. None of us expected her to lose to Wang. We were all expecting and saying, and laughing about it. The BFFs are gonna play together.
Well, yes and no. I know that Furzy 09
well, she
and
did
myself
beat Wang.
said the other day.
She did beat Wang at the U.S. Open in less than an hour.
Yeah.
It was a short match. So I'm sure she expected it's going to be a short match. And when we watched the first set, we're like, Serena's going to roll. Let's watch Wozniacki. We watch Wozniacki. Oh, she's going to roll. Let's go back to Serena. And then we're like, huh? What's going on? Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what happened.
I don't know if Serena even won this match. She would have had enough gas to face off against, what was it going to be, Jabeur? In the next round?
I'm sorry, but Jabeur to me was not impressive either. I think Wozniacki gave her that match.
Well, again, not impressive, but the thing here is fitness.
Well, Wozniacki's fit.
Well, yes, but Wozniacki is also already mentally kind of checked out in a way. She
showed leg strength.
There's an old saying, and I won't get into why I know this kind of saying, and the saying is short timers attitude. don't get a short timers attitude, because when you get short in your head, then you get a little antsy, and then you start doing things that maybe you shouldn't do, and then you might just have to stay longer. So you have to think about you don't want to get short timers attitude, and we've heard about since last year late that Wozniacki is going to retire. So I know as Wozniacki indicated in her last match that she actually pulled out against Yastremska. She indicated against the person that was asking her questions at the end of the match. Elegant, a lovely.
Shanda Rubin?
Yeah,
we'll talk about that match. Let's finish.
Well, no, I'm talking about the day before. They asked Wozniacki when playing Yastremska. They asked Wozniacki, hey, what were you thinking when you were, blah 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 blah. And she was like, I was already thinking about what I was going to tell the crowd, for my last match. And she won it. So she was already somewhat mentally checked out. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, the two BFFs don't get to play, but I watched Serena's interview. I thought, shame on her for not giving credit to her opponent that beat her. Beat her was the better player. She says, and I quote, "If we were just honest with ourselves, it's all about it's all on my shoulders. I lost that match. So it is what it is. It's not about the tournament. It's just like I can't play like that. I literally can't do that again. That's unprofessional. It's not cool." You got to give credit to your opponent. Come on, don't be shady.
This is one of the deals.
That's like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't play good, so.
Yeah, it's kind of
and I laughed at this. Like Stefan says to me, it's not right. What did he say I have to say, how can Wang do that to a mother?
Oh, for beating her. That's funny. I didn't see that. How can Wang do that to a mother? Hence, because I get the wit there, is because hence every time she wins, it's like, how do you feel like to win as a mother? And I get the wit there. That's kind of funny.
Now, let me tell you, after watching that match, and you asked me, what do you think she'll ever win a slam again? And I said, not until she sheds at least 20 pounds. And honestly, the best chance she has, to me, out of all the slams, we know it's not the French Open. It's Wimbledon. Why? Because it's the quicker surface. It's quicker surface. She does not need to be out there hitting and hitting and hitting. In the U.S. Open, there's a lot of underdogs that want to beat her. So I think Wimbledon for her is the best chance. Do I think she will do it? No. Not unless she gets in shape.
She can't. It's no.
She can't.
It's just not going to happen.
It's not. She says she's playing to win a slam, but she really needs to put some work into it.
All right, moving forward.
What's the next match you have?
Let's
go to the women's. You have Federer.
Yeah.
Coco Gauff and Osaka.
Interesting.
I had to watch this recorded. I am shocked. Honestly, very shocked that Osaka lost that match in the way she lost it. 6-3, 6-4. Shocked. She should have beat that 15-year-old. I'm sure that I watched her interview and she said that this one is personal because she doesn't like to lose to younger players, and I agree with her. I would take this one personal. I would be training my butt off after that match. First set was 3-3. Pretty even, right? Mm-hmm. And then we saw the unforced errors pop up.
I was just going to say that.
A lot of them. 30 unforced errors during this match. 33% on her second serve.
Yeah.
Whereas Coco was serving a lot better.
Yeah, think about that. She hit the home run on the stats there. Osaka, again, close early, but early. 30 unforced errors on Osaka's side to 17 to Gauff. The biggest statistic, the biggest margin here was Gauff had 90% of her second serve points won. Osaka with 38%. That's tough to overcome, especially when you're double your opponent and unforced errors. Maybe Chris Everett was right in saying that Osaka's
she's not right.
That Gauff is the better player?
No, I think that Osaka lacks confidence. She still lacks it. My dad, when he called me today, he said, really she should go back to this coach. This coach, made her play different. She was fierce. And I have to agree with him. She has not been the same since her and Sasha split up. Yeah, she got in shape, but she should have gone on there in that court knowing that she's the veteran. Well, she's only 22. She's won 2 slams, and this little girl is trying to make a name for herself. That's how I would have thought of it.
She was fearless. She has Coco.
Coco has nothing to lose,
and she vibes well before the match, during the match, and after the match. So she's kind of riding that kind of wavelength of good energy.
I know that's our Gene. You're taking back your words where you said she beat nobody. Well, she just beat Osaka. She just beat Osaka. Now you can't say she beat nobody.
Yeah. So ultimately, well done.
She plays Kenin next. Kenin took out the other Zhang.
And that's
in
going
a
to be
tight match.
that's going to be a very
That's going to be a
difficult
feisty match
too.
because Kenin
that'll
is
be
feisty. They both train in the same area, by the way. Kenin, Osaka, and Coco Gauff all train in the same area.
Yeah,
so.
I think Coco Gauff is now the second youngest player since Capriati to win to get to this point since 1991. I think since Capriati, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So is it a shock? Not really. Unexpected for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So
Kenin's head-to-head with her 0. We were talking about Wozniacki.
They never played each other.
Never played each other.
That's I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, we're going back to Wozniacki. I mean, we know she lost that match. I enjoy what they did for her when they interview. You know, I thought it was nice. They brought her dad, mom, brother, and husband. Her dad's been coaching her since she was 7 years old, so I thought that was pretty touching, pretty sentimental. I got teary. She was not one of my favorite players, but you know, you always hate to see a player retire. I thought it was funny when Shanda Rubin said, "So how does it feel? Do you remember 2008?"
She got the year wrong.
And Wozniacki's like,
2018.
No, she's like, huh? Oh, what year? I didn't win.
Yeah, she got
2018. I mean, I thought it was cute. It was a cute moment.
I thought the cutest part was when one of the viewers, Izzy, wrote, "Now Serena and Wozniacki can go shopping together in Melbourne."
Yes, they can.
I like
they
that
can
one
go shopping.
because there you go.
Do you like how Serena, when they asked her about Wozniacki,
I don't want to get teary, man.
She's a good actress.
The next chapter for Wozniacki and Serena, real retirees of tennis.
Cool. Are you going to jump into the men, or do we finish the women?
Finish the women. Let's go.
Okay, Keys. Another disappointment. Another American disappointment. Goes down to He-Man Sakari.
Oh, that's your nickname for her? He-Man?
He-Man.
You know,
She-Man, whatever.
She's a beautiful girl. She's built very well, but the way she carries it is very...
I feel like she's always going...
Yeah, I mean, she needs
some softness in her.
Yeah, maybe just like a
little softness in her.
Maybe
put the hair down and not so much.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe if she put her hair relaxed, she would look better.
Maybe a ballet class or something.
No, but she walks. It's like...
Yeah, she's tough.
It's like no one taught her how to walk like a lady. I don't know.
Free flowing. It might help her tennis game.
Yeah.
You think it could?
Could. I mean, she beat Keys 6-4, 6-4. As we know, Keys is a mental case. She's either there or she's not. I will never pick Keys again. That I promise myself. She will never win a slam. Like B-Dog told me, it's over for Keys. It's over for Sloane Stephens and it's over for Serena.
I'm still surprised, and I'm not going to jump ahead because she plays tonight. I'm not surprised that Svitolina I'm surprised that Svitolina's still hanging around. I think she's in that group too. But anyway, we're not going there. Sakari, good win for her.
She faces Kvitova.
I don't care for Sakari's game. Again, she's always hitting open. She's always off the back foot. Keys just had a royal cluster mind jolt last night or something.
I have no idea. She faces Kvitova, who destroyed Alexandrova. Some of you guys had her. Destroyed her. I should have gone with Kvitova, but usually when I go with Kvitova, she's out. So
yeah.
I didn't pick her this time. So it's Kvitova, Sakari. I would like to see Kvitova win. She made the finals last year, which I thought she should have won that tournament, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Kvitova, good for her. I like Kvitova a lot, always have. We've watched her since she was very young.
Yeah. Is anybody going to watch Jabeur and Wang?
I will, because
I think Wang should win that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I know Wayne Chia was, he said it was Chinese New Year, Happy Chinese New Year. A lot of things going in China right now.
Well, he was saying there's a virus there,
yeah.
and a lot of people are on kind of like this lockdown thing, so hopefully that works out well. Again, when it comes to that stuff, I hope the best for everyone and realize that, man, I wish I knew something more. But the Keys loss, inexplicable. The Sakari win, okay. But
which one was more shocking, Osaka, Serena, or Keys?
But the Wang
Let us know.
The Wang battle, I'd like to see Wang do big things.
Yeah,
I really
well,
enjoyed
she deserves to win the next round.
She fought like a champion.
I mean, she would face Coco Kenin. Great opportunity for one of those four girls: Coco, Kenin, Jabeur, Wang. I don't see Jabeur doing damage. I just don't see it.
I don't think so either.
I mean, I think Wang would have a better chance against a Coco or a Kenin.
If Wozniacki wasn't semi-mentally checked out, as she said during the Djokovic match afterwards, she said, I was already thinking a way to, what I was going to tell people if I left or something along those lines. Nicely said. But if you're already thinking that you're on short-timers attitude, watch out with that type of short-timers attitude. Sometimes we get run over. Mm-hmm. All right, that's women's?
That's women's.
All right.
One thing before we go to that. We know we have upcoming matches, right, for women.
Go ahead. Shoot. Do it.
One person sent me something about Muguruza. We said yesterday that Muguruza was a a very classy player, right? She was very elegant. Well, I didn't know. They sent us some information, and I didn't know about this, so I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I was self-corrected on this one. Again, and especially me. I take full responsibility here. I usually give people a really rough time if they grunt or have bad court conduct. Les Kyrgios, I get it. I kind of am a hypocrite on that sometimes, but there's a reason why. Well, Les Kyrgios for a personal reason.
Yeah. It was tennis serve. He said, "I'm not sure how graceful Muguruza is. She did tell her coach to shut the F up during a court coaching session, Sam Sumick, and he told her, don't talk to me like that when the cameras are rolling. Makes you wonder what she says when cameras aren't rolling." Wow. That's pretty messed up. And I'm going to say what Wang and Chia said it the best. For Chinese, there's a saying, teacher for a day, father for life. This is a level of respect that students are supposed to show their teachers/coaches. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's a great comment.
Muguruza.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I maybe, I guess we're human beings. We all make mistakes. But when I heard that, it doesn't make me hate someone because they told their coach to, F off. It just, some people have a short fuse and some people have a longer one. But I think I made a comment that Muguruza was the epitome of grace. Something like that.
Back.
Like consummate. So because of that, I do need to retract that, she's human and anyway.
Anyways,
All right, so let's jump to the men's side. Boom. All right. Men's side, or at least from my flow sheet on my side.
Sure.
Roger Federer looks his age. He has looked his age. And I must say he is aging well.
Yes, he is.
However, in pro sports, he looks his age. Millman coulda, shoulda, woulda had this match up. What was it? 8-4.
8-4 in the tiebreaker.
In the fifth. Mm-hmm. Once again, we revisit our tiebreakers. Something you are pro or against.
Well, I think
in the fifth set of these majors.
Rahesh sent me a message. He said, you tiebreaker saved him. I said, well, we play tiebreakers different the way we play games, right? We just do. I mean, when you play a game, you think different. When you play a tiebreaker, anything can happen. I like tiebreakers because I know that I'm going to beat you.
So before we first started this show, I put we were still very green, and we still are green. Nonetheless, but I did a show where I was stringing a racket, and I went off on this huge rant about how bad I hate tiebreakers in the fifth set. I'll put that at the top or maybe at the end. So if you see something flash, check it out. But I just despise the tiebreaker in the fifth set. We were talking earlier in the show about let's just make it who wins the first point. That wins the match. I mean, it's just a way to shorten everything. Just because everybody's so busy and doesn't have time to turn around. And I get it.
I think Federer
was the same way.
Federer was happy though that it finished. Trust me. He was grateful for that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's safe to say that Millman choked.
He choked. Well, listen, we were sleeping when the first set happened. I wake up at 5 a.m. every day to get my boys ready for school. They take a bus. So I see Wang and Chia's message. So I wake up, put on the TV, start watching. I wake up, Federer's down 1 set. First thing I see is his wife cheering him.
Good for Mirka, by the way.
You can tell she loves him a lot. She wasn't all dolled up. She had no makeup on. Look normal. Great to see, because all the time I see these girlfriends or wives, they're like, great to see somebody normal, because let's be real, when we're at home, we don't look like that all the time.
Let's do a 30-second, don't forget where you are. Let's do a 30-second real quick shout out to Mirka real quick. Number one, she was a tennis player in of herself.
Yes.
They met playing mixed doubles, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Did pretty well together. They kind of kicked it off. Roger Federer started doing very well. They became a couple, and the rest is history. 4 children, 2 sets of twins. You know how many nail-biting moments she's probably been in on the side of the court? Never do you see her, as you said, dolled up or diva'd out. Bravo to Mirka.
With the face all tucked in.
Bravo to
weighing
Mirka.
100 pounds, maybe.
Bravo to Mirka. Standing ovation for her.
She looked normal. So she knows. I mean, she was a tennis chick. She knows. Hitchhiker sends me a message saying, Millman is like a ball machine. Why hasn't he won a title? And I said, yes, he's like a ball machine, but there's something that in Millman's game that's missing. He doesn't have one weapon. Everything's the same. He can hit everything back, but everything's the same. He's a grinder. To win a title, you got to have that weapon, especially men's tennis. Whether it's a serve, a volley, a forehand, a backhand, something. It has to be a weapon. And he does not have it.
Now, basically what it indicates to me, or what this match indicated to me, is that Roger Federer's not going to win this tournament, and I'll tell you why. What she said was spot on about Millman. He's a returner. He's a grinder. He's not going to kill you with any weapon, but he's going to kill you by just battling it down, right? He's going to grind you. He's going to fight. He's going to fight. Now, look,
Federer was doing good in the second set. He had the one-handed passing shot down the line. He was clipping it in the second set.
But look, ultimately, Millman was up 2 points from the match. And I think maybe again earlier in that set, and I might be wrong there, but he was up 8-4 tiebreaker 5th set.
Yeah.
So Federer allowed him to get there in the first place.
I thought it was over.
But what I'm telling you is, if Federer allows Millman to get to that point, then he's definitely not going to beat Djokovic. It's just not going to happen. Not playing that way. No. But Federer's problem that he had with Millman is Federer would create his attacking, or he would create his tactic, and you would see it try to unfold. Number one, the first thing would happen, the unforced error. He had 80 plus unforced errors. Didn't he have something like 82? Yep. I think he had 82 unforced errors.
I wrote it down here. 82 unforced errors.
Now he's able to win a match striking 82 unforced errors. I get it went 5 sets and it was 4 hours plus. I understand that.
Yeah, it was definitely 4 hours.
But 82 unforced errors is a crap ton. Nonetheless, I don't care if you play for 2 weeks. You hit 82 unforced errors. Like, geez.
His forehand was sailing on him big.
But when it wasn't, and there was still a lot of points where he had the pass, he set the point up, Millman was out of position, or Federer had an inch, which is all Federer's always needed, is an inch or two to get the ball past him before they can get a racket on it. And there it is, he line up for it, whatever shot he's hitting, and he strikes the ball, and it's just not quite getting through.
No, he was rolling the ball as well.
It's not getting through.
The new thing, rolling.
It's not getting down the intended path quick enough to be a winner.
Yeah, it's
so
rolling.
There's a little bit of RPM and speed off there.
Rolling.
Number two, if you watch Federer, we've watched him since prior to being pro, junior level. Federer has always, when he was a really young youth, he rolled the ball with a wooden racket. Mm-hmm. But as Federer began to strike the ball, it's almost like now he's regressed back into rolling the ball. Also, I'd say 5 or 6 years after Rafa jumped on the scene, you would actually start seeing Federer shift his forehand even more. So, but a young youth with a woody, he would roll it. He's Clay, roll it.
Rolling it.
So, coming through, he would begin to strike. Set, load, strike the ball, right? Picture perfect. Then about 5, 6, 7 years after Nadal's presence, you would see Roger start to check his swing here and then bring it above and behind him. You'd see him toying around with it, almost like being cute in a way, like trying to, be suave for the media or something. So why would you change a weapon strike bow to a
Yeah, he gave time for Millman to retrieve the ball.
And a lot of these players too, they hit this forehand and they hit and they roll it behind their right ear if you're a right-handed player, behind their left ear if they're a left-handed player. There's really no need for it. I guess that Nadal does it so it sells and it's created this frenzy of full westerns and
I have a full western,
but you don't roll it behind
I go in front. But I was watching
on the run up the line. Okay, I can see that getting set, booming and going up the line. I'm getting that. But there's really not, unless you're clipping half volleys off the ground, I really don't see why people hit it, strike, and then come around behind.
I don't either. But
full Western, maybe.
I was watching Hewitt. Obviously Hewitt's played Federer, and he was in Millman's camp. Both the same age, by the way, 38. I wonder how Hewitt feels sitting there, that he's retired, done, and this guy's still playing. I wonder. I'm sure he feels crappy about that. I never liked Hewitt. Anyways. Yeah. But Millman had a lot of opportunities. I went to go drive my daughters to school, but I looked at, Stefan says Millman showed. So I looked at 8-4. At 8-5, he hits a forced backhand error. Next point, at 8-6, it was an unforced error on the backhand side. Then he hits at 8-7, an unforced forehand error. Then at 8-8, another forehand forced error. 8-9, another forehand forced error. 8-10, finally, Federer hit a winner when he won the match.
Let's go!
So it was a lot of forced errors on force, whatever.
And at the same point in time, Hitchhiker was crying.
Yeah, I was happy.
Let's get down.
By the way, he faces my man, Fucsovics, but I do love Federer more. I love Fucsovics, but I do want Federer to win.
Fucsovics is a
He rolled through Tommy Paul.
Martin Fucsovics, or Martone, Fusovic is a specimen of an athlete. Homeboy's ripped.
I was looking at his pictures. I was like, damn.
We had someone, I think it was Tennis Sir, that mentioned that Cristiano Ronaldo was a beast and ripped up. I thought to myself, who are some other ripped up athletes? Check out Deontay Wilder, the boxer. LeBron James.
Yes,
and he's climbed up in age. Check out Vintage Jordan, Vintage Tyson. As Izzy said, check out Wozniacki's abs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nadal's ripped too.
Seeing a ripped up athlete, male, female, doesn't matter. It's quite a sight to see. It's kind of like seeing a thoroughbred horse at the Kentucky Derby. I don't want to say that because they kind of hurt those horses sometimes, I think. But nonetheless, the horses are just really well done, and these athletes are the same way. They deserve props for their fitness.
Definitely. Fognini killed Pega. Not much to talk about there.
Yeah, a lot of fancy players lost. Pega.
Yeah, Sangren beats Corey. 5. 3 sets, right? 4
I hated
4
that.
4.
I hated that, but good for Sangren because Sangren looks fit. So Sangren, hey,
let's go, Dave Reigns.
Congrats, let's go. Good job.
You're doing good.
Who does Sangren play next?
Let's see.
Fognini?
Yes, beat him, please.
All right, here we go.
I think you got something about Djokovic before I get to Lajovic and Schwartzman.
We know that Djokovic destroyed Nishioka. However, I'm sure everyone's heard this already. Djokovic had an extremely good serving performance.
Yes, well.
Won something like 93%, and I wrote this down. 93%, and let me restart this segment, because actually when I wrote this, I was pretty fired up about it. So let me restart this. All right. Djokovic fired off 17 aces and won 93% of his first serve points, all right? That's a lot. However, at the same time that I wrote this down at the kitchen table, just coming home from physical therapy, I told Carla, man, did you get that Djokovic served at 90 or won 93% of his first serve points? Carla's like, I don't care about his match. I don't care about that guy's match. And I'm like, and then I'm like, Carla, he won 93% of his first
I said,
serve.
look who he's playing.
No, can I finish? She said, I don't care. He won 93% of his first serve points. Look who he's playing. That's exactly what you said.
That's like me playing against a beginner. I'm going to ace him 100 times.
No. The defender still most of the time gets a racket on it.
I watched my son.
Number two.
I watched my eldest son play a tournament, and that kid could not return one of his serves. They couldn't even get a racket on it.
Okay.
No, it happens.
Second statistic: Djokovic fired off 17 aces. So think about this statistic. 3 out of 5 sets. Nishioka's not a bad player. Who did Nishioka beat the night before? I mean, geez, he beat 2 people before that. He weren't a major. Don't tell me it's just love. Evans just rocked the house against Dima Nordjevika and Jerry, who's a B Serbian.
But Djokovic is in a whole other
cloud nine.
Djokovic is in a whole other category.
Djokovic fires off 17 aces and wins 93% of his first serve points. And the only thing Carla can say is, I don't care about his match.
It's a boring match. I watched it.
But okay, so aces matter?
He's supposed to ace him.
What's it matter if you're playing Nishioka or Roger Federer? If you have ace, you aced the dude. It doesn't matter.
It is.
How does that matter?
It's like you
Nishioka just stood there longer?
It's like you playing Lily.
You're
supposed to ace
her. That makes no crying sense. He's not playing my 10-year-old daughter.
Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal are in a different category. If you told me he served 17 aces against Medvedev, I would have said, damn.
So you're telling me Nishioka didn't try to stick his racket out?
He's too short.
You're not telling me that those 17 aces wouldn't have been 17 aces against anyone else but Nishioka.
It would have been 17 aces against challengers. People like, the last player that Medvedev.
What are you talking about? Gulbis Gulbis just came up in qualifying.
Gulbis was in the top.
What are you talking about?
Oh, shut up. Stop exaggerating.
You just hate Djokovic.
I don't hate him. I like him.
You hate him.
Look, he beat him, right? He's going to cream Schwartzman, even though Wayne Chia says he thinks he'll struggle. Somebody said...
Let's go, Kyrgios. Let's go! Let's go!
Why? We were talking about Djokovic.
I know, I'm just saying.
Why are you talking about that fool?
I'm just telling you what's going to happen.
By the way, that fool was playing with Amanda Anisimova, mixed doubles. They won their first round. I felt like I was watching this little blonde Barbie doll with this thug. Not a good look. I can't stand it.
Get ready to serve.
I hate it. I can't stand watching them too.
Nadal picks his butt.
Here's this little Barbie with this.
Nadal. This is quite interesting because Kyrgios makes fun of Nadal picking his butt.
Yeah, but
however, doesn't Kyrgios like pick his shoulder?
Yeah, he looks like a hunchback because his back is like this when he's walking. It's just odd. Anyways, Lajovic and Schwartzman. It was a 3-setter, but a lot of people on social media are not happy. They're saying the umpire took the set away from Lajovic. Stefan tried sending me a video about it, and I could not watch it because we're in the USA. He explained them to me. He says, tiebreak, Lajovic led 7-6 and serving. He hits the serve, and Schwartzman manages to hit the ball, but it goes long. Line judge said it was out second after Diego hit the ball, so he wasn't affected by the call. Serve was very strong, and no way he could return it in the court, but he did manage to hit it. After that, Duchamp calls for a challenge, and the ball catches the line. And then Diego starts walking to the umpire, and 100% she was scared of his reaction. She said, replay the point. After that, Duchamp lost every point in the match, and it was over. So if he would have been given that call, he would have won that set, and we would have gone to a 4th set. But we don't know what would have happened. He says Duchamp is quiet. He's a very timid guy. If it would have been another guy, that would have never happened.
Both of these guys can play.
Both of them.
Both of these guys can play.
Yeah.
The only difference to me when we're talking about either one of them about to meet Djokovic is, unfortunately, someone probably lost, prize money over this reason or that reason, and that's a tough deal because surely Schwartzman and Lajovic are playing to pay the bills, whereas Djokovic is going to annihilate whoever it is. So
he will.
I always hate to hear any type of negative energy between matches that involve the likes of Schwartzman or Lajovic as a metaphor for other players, because they're fighting a tough battle. They really are. And surely they might have $1 million or $500,000 or $10 million for Schwartzman in the bank, but man, they're probably so maxed out everywhere else with coaches and living and traveling. It gets so crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So I hate to see beef in a match where otherwise
they shook hands.
They should be supporting each other.
They did support each
other. I get what I'm saying, but at any point throughout, you know what I'm saying. It's just kind of it kind of makes matches ugly where they just don't need to be because they're both soldiers.
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Raonic takes out Tsitsipas. Wow.
I called that, and a lot of people called that.
Shocked by that.
Hence why I picked Raonic on my fantasy team and did not pick Tsitsipas.
So do we have any young guys in the two? Oh, because Zverev left. That's playing Verdasco. Verdasco's going to beat him tonight, I hope.
Raonic, I think a lot of us forget.
Medvedev playing Popper-Pirin.
Because Raonic has been injury prone to say the least.
Yes.
We've talked about his really odd kind of service motion and his kind of really
it's like
kind
a full Eastern.
Yeah, it's a really kind of it's a quirky deal.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, it's good to see Raonic back. Raonic made a Wimbledon final and played Nadal.
Yeah, Nadal beat him. I think. Was it Nadal?
Was it Raonic?
Yes, Raonic was.
Berdych. I know Berdych played Nadal one year, but I think one of Nadal's other Wimbledon wins was against Raonic in a final. I might be.
Yes, I think
might
you're
be
right.
wrong there.
No, I think you're right.
Anyway, but it's good to see Milos back. I like him. He served and volleyed with precision last night. I watched some of this. Well, actually, the most of it, honestly. But I felt like from the get-go, Raonic was...
Oh, no, it was Andy Murray. Andy Murray.
Okay, but there was Raonic somewhere.
Yeah,
okay. Murray beat Raonic. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good call. But Raonic, I felt like, was dictating from the get-go. He served and volleyed with relative ease, with consistency. He moved well. Again, I hate seeing that kind of jerky service motion. It's just odd for me. Kind of like Kennan's head or Bertens's flop. The list goes on. Anyway, but it's good to see Raonic back. Raonic has a real shot against a laboring-looking, moving Cilic.
Yeah, he's played a lot.
Raonic will have no shot, nor will Cilic, and neither will Schwartzman right now at Djokovic's level of tennis. And moving forward, I don't think anyone in this tournament, not even Kyrgios, with all the pumped up crowd and all the media frenzy.
Yeah,
about
I think
Kyrgios.
this is Djokovic's tournament to win, honestly.
Look, as long as Djokovic stays healthy, he's going to beat everyone like nothing.
I agree. I agree. See, it's not that I don't care. It's just that match was boring to me.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's it, everyone. Much love to all of you. Let's get down. And we will see you all mañana. Tomorrow, Saturday, so tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
Looking good?
Adios.
All right. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to our channel. It definitely helps. All right. Subscribe. Peace out. See ya.